Hey, if you've ever fished a jig streamer style, this is one you need because it will get down fast and still catch a lot of fish.
That's a big brown.
All right, so with jig streamers in general, especially if you're fishing them on a Euro style rig, you want them to sink quickly and you want them heavier so that you can remain in contact with the fly as you're leading it or assisting it through the drift as it's going through the drift. What I found is a lot of times fish want a smaller, more compact profile, but they still need it to sink quickly. So this attempts to answer that, and that's going to fit as much weight and density as possible into the smallest form factor, which is a size 14 parrot jig hook from Umpqua. It's in their X series. It has an eye that is turned perpendicular to the profile of the hook, and so it's still technically a jig hook, but it works great for our purpose here. So what I'm going to use for that is a jig back. This is a Fulling Mill tungsten jig back in a 4.5. You can use whatever brand you want. This is probably not intended for a 14, but we're going to make it work with the 14 because we need to make it work. So what you'll need to do is grab yourself some super glue of some sort, and we're going to apply this to the shank. And this just helps our jig back, which has a little slot in the back there, adhere to the hook a little bit better. And we want to leave the smallest of spots at the back right at the bend so that this can we can tie in the rest of our stuff. So you will have a little bit of overlap right at the eye, but you can see that head kind of protrudes beyond the eye, which is fine. You just want to have some space down here to tie all the crud in. So we'll go ahead and start, and I like small diameter thread for this because I want to maximize the wraps at the back especially. So we're going to tie in the tail. We're looking for about 2.5 to 3 times the length of the body, so pretty lengthy. And then a lock in front. That's why I like small diameter thread, like so. Okay, we're not going to put anything else in the tail. It's pretty simple. Now we're going to tie in our body material, which is this very, very cool must-have fly tying material, gel core body micro fritz from Semperfli. It's got these little teeny tiny, it's a teeny tiny chenille basically, but it works great for this because I want it to just barely cover this big gigantic piece of tungsten. Alright, now having that tied in, we're going to grab super glue again and just create a little grip for the body material and the thread. Not a ton, just spread that around. And I'm going to let that sit for about 20-30 seconds through the magic of editing. Huzzah. Okay, that glue will have set up a little bit, provided some purchase for these, for the chenille here. And just very carefully wrap this up. Carefully meaning just wrap it up, cover as much of the tungsten as you can, and then we're going to get to the bead part of it and cut this off. And as a final step, what I like to do is tie this off underneath the bead and just right behind the eye. Again, the purpose here is to get down fast. You want this to sink like a rock or a torpedo, hence the name, and be in contact. Okay, there you go. Fast sinking, super effective little pattern. I would say you need some of these in your box just to cover whatever circumstances, whether you need to get stuff down in slower water, deeper, or faster water, not so deep. It'll still sink. Give them a try. The link for all the materials is down in the description, and you can go to our website, flyfishfood.com.